morning guys, welcome back to our channel. It's Billy and Jing.
Hi guys.
Alright, so today we're actually bright and early here in Melbourne CBD. We're gonna check out a really cool cafe. It's Japanese or Japanese inspired, and what's really cool about this cafe is that they specialize in onigiri or musubi, which is like a rice ball or rice triangle wrapped in nori sheet, and they do all sorts of them, so we're really excited.
Yeah, that's right. Onigiri is a pretty common food in Japan, but we don't see it much here in Melbourne. And this shop is specializing in that, so we're just gonna give it a shot. Yeah, before we get to it, if you like our content and would like to support us, make sure you like and subscribe. See you guys there.
Alright, enough talking, we'll see you guys there. Bye!
Bye! Seated at the restaurant, we order a huge spread of food. So let me introduce the food. So here we have the barley miso soup.
Cool, and what's really interesting about this miso is they actually pour over the water across one of these cool filters, which is really amazing. I'm not sure what it actually does in terms of flavor profile, but I think it makes the soup smoother. The soup actually looks really beautiful and smooth. Alright.
It's really good. So next we have the ume chazuke.
Yep, ume chazuke.
Yeah.
This is basically a musubi or onigiri sitting inside a green tea soup, and on top you can see there is
You can see the
plum
tea leaves as
and there's
well.
a plum sitting on top. That's why it's called ume chazuke. It looks really amazing. And I'll introduce the next one, which is katsu. So I can't go to a restaurant and not order katsu if I see it. So essentially it's fried chicken, and what we have is rice underneath, and if you can see the bottom, it's actually a crispy fried nori sheet, which is a seaweed. It comes with some pickles to cut the fat, which is really cool. And of course we have to get the regular one. This is the trio, so we have these three bad boys here. So the first one is a furikake musubi, which is like a seasoning, just wrapped in nori. And then this one is called tanuki, which comes with bonito oil, bonito flakes, spring onion, seaweed. It looks really like tantalizing. Look at it, it's nice and shiny and brown. And then this last one here is the weekly special, which is called mame takana. And it comes with endamame, you can see on top, bonito flakes, and it's got mustard greens in there. Really nice. And for both of these two, there's the nori sheet, they don't wrap it up, it's out here. So it looks really aesthetic. And to top it off, we have a pour over coffee, and Jing actually ordered a cup of sencha, which is really good. So we're just gonna get into eating right now.
Yay!
Alright, so I will start with the furikake. We'll start with the three small ones first. So this one, as I mentioned before, it's just flavor flakes on top. You can see there's all sorts of stuff. Dried egg flakes, sesame seeds, bonito flakes, salt, seaweed. I mean, just look at it, it's just a flavor bomb. Alright, let's get started. There is something so satisfying. The rice is perfectly cooked. The seaweed is nice and crisp, and the flavor flakes just packs an umami punch. It's delicious. Alright, I'm not going to waste any time, we'll keep going. So this one is the tanuki. So the tanuki one is a bit more oilier, has more shine to it. So that's got bonito oil. So let's just keep going. So I'm going to wrap this crispy seaweed onto the tanuki. I'm just going to take a bite with the seaweed. This one has more, like it's a different sort of umami. You can taste the hint of the bonito coming through. And the savoriness and the salt from the scallions inside. And I think there's wood ear mushrooms as well. This is really nice, I really like this one. It's much more savory. You always need 2 bites. Alright, let's go for the next one. So, this is the weekly special with edamame on top, bonito flakes, and then mustard greens you can see on the side, and then there's just plain rice. So just like the other one, I'm going to wrap the seaweed around and then give it a bite. Among the three, this is the lightest one, but it's got a very filling mouthfeel. This is like the perfect taste for a light, like picnic outside. So this one is not as strong as the first two, but definitely good enough that you can taste like the texture of the edamame and then the crisp of the seaweed. It just complements each other so well. All right, Jing is drooling behind the camera. We'll get her to try some.
It's my turn. Flavor bomb, just like Lily said. Like all the little pieces, it's very flavorful.
Yeah, it's just salt and umami. It's just delicious.
The rice is still warm.
Yep.
Which is, you can tell they made it fresh. Next one.
Okay, this is my favorite. I don't know what Jing will think.
Favorite.
Let's go.
I like this one as well. It's like umami, savory, and I like how the seaweed is
still crispy.
Crispy, yeah.
Yes.
Because it's fresh. Next one.
All right, so this is the weekly special.
Yep. This one is quite light because all the topping is on the top and the bottom is normal rice. It's good. I think my favorite one, same as Billy, is
Just
this one. Yeah.
umami bomb. This one is really, really good. Very savory.
It's very good. Recommended.
Okay, guys, we just finished with our appetizer and time to go on to the main musubi or onigiri. So I'm gonna go straight into the katsu. So the katsu looks amazing. It's crispy fried fillets of chicken and it's got the classic sesame katsu sauce on top, sitting on this beautiful, beautiful cooked rice on a crispy nori sheet. So I'm just gonna go for the chicken itself. Let me just drop this plate and go for the chicken. I'm just gonna have it without the rice. Look at that. I'll just bring the plate up again. Look at this. Juicy, tender, sweet, crispy umami. It is delicious. It is absolutely to die for. It's really, really good. Now I'm just gonna have it with a bit of the rice and the seaweed. So just a small bite because it's pretty hard to get. It's sticky. Oh, very failed chopsticks. There we go. Crispy seaweed rice. Oh yeah. The seaweed has soaked up all the katsu flavor. It is absolutely to die for. Really, really good. Now to wash this all down, I'm going to go for the ume ochatuke. Oops, sorry. This bad boy here. So this is a tea soup. Let's go for it. Look at how beautiful that is. The rice is glistening in the dashi. All right, let's go. Sweet, salty, a bit sour from the plum. And the tea just rounds it all up. It's very nice. It's perfect. I would say this is like the perfect palate cleanser. Delicious.
Okay, it's my turn. This chicken looks so good. I've been waiting for this. Here we go. I'm not sure if you can hear it when I bite into it. So crispy, like I can hear the crunchy sound myself. Not sure about you guys. Chicken is perfectly cooked.
Yes.
Crunchy outside, juicy on the inside.
Yep.
Now pair with the rice and the crispy seaweed.
Yep. It's really good, isn't it?
Perfect combination. It's really good.
It's so ingenious to get the seaweed to soak up all the sauce because it's crisp. Oh, it's just carrying it just like a flavor boat into your mouth. All right.
It's really good.
You have to try the ochasuke.
Next, this one. Look at the tea leaves on the top.
Oh yeah, there's actually green tea leaves on top. It's not seaweed, it's green tea leaves.
All right.
All right.
bit of rice, plum, some tea leaves. The ocha in there, it's very light and umami. Pairs very well with the plum. Gives a bit like a kick on the top, sour. Very comfortable to eat.
It's a good palate cleanser.
Yeah,
it's very light. The plum is a bit salty, so you do want to make sure you have a bit with more rice. And the tea is just very, very light. It carries it really, really well.
Yeah, I like this. It's like a comfort food. Hello guys, we just finished mains. So being the fatty we are, we got some dessert as well. So we have the yuzu mochi nut.
Yep. So this is actually a donut, and then they have mochi
donut
inside. So it's really chewy and QQ, very bouncy.
Matcha tiramisu.
Can't go without a matcha tiramisu, obviously.
And the last one.
So this one is kuzu mochi or kinako kuzu mochi, which is the soybean powder outside, and it's just fresh cut mochi, and it looks super, super good. So, all right, Jing, you wanna get started?
This one. I'm excited about this one. I'm just gonna use my hand.
Let's see inside. Ooh, nice. Airy and light. How is it?
Very different to the normal donut. This one is more bouncy and chewy because it's a mochi donut.
Yep.
And very refreshing because it has the
Yuzu
on the top. Kind of reminds me of the one that we had in Japan at the Mr. Donut.
Yeah, we had a Mr. Donut in Japan, but I think, is this better? I'll try it later. Anyway, go for the tiramisu next. All right.
This one, I've always seen people eating it online. It looks really good, but I haven't had any.
Yeah, it looks aesthetic, but ooh, look how rich and creamy it is. All right, let's go.
Cold and refreshing. The cream is really light, and got a bit of the sponge is very thin in there. Got a bit of texture combined with it. It's very good.
All right, last but not least,
Last one.
kinako kuzu mochi. This is my favorite.
Yeah, we've had some in Japan back then as well.
How is it?
The bean powder is a bit savory, and the brown sugar is sweet, and the mochi is not as bouncy as the donut one. Very light and fluffy, and cold. I like it.
I'll do the same order as Jing, so we'll go for the mochi nut first. They call it a mochi nut, yuzu mochi nut. So for those of you who don't know, yuzu is like a citrus fruit. That's I think it's related to the lemon. So anyway, here we go. Sweet, fragrant, citrusy, kind of bit of salty. It's dense, but it's like chewy dense. It's not like dry at all. It's like, it's very chewy, like a mochi. Very delicious. This would go perfectly well with a nice hot cup of coffee. All right, let's keep going. Tiramisu. Classic, indulgent dessert. Creamy. You can see the matcha and the layers, the matcha on top. Let's go. Oh yeah, it's thick. It is creamy, but it doesn't taste rich. Maybe it's because of the matcha. A bit of bitterness comes through. Let me go for another bite. Another spoon, sorry. Cold, spongy, not too sweet at all. Very decadent, very delicious. And now, the final, and my favorite. I will go for a fresh cut mochi. Ooh, it's very slippery. Look at that beauty. Dripping in that brown sugar. Alright, let's go. This is so good. It's light, it's fluffy. It doesn't taste anything like the donut. It's light and fluffy, almost like a pillow in your mouth. And it's just carrying the essence of the soybean and also the brown sugar. It is so delicious. We had something similar, Jing and I had something similar in Japan when we were in Osaka. It's just so good. Nothing beats it when it's made fresh. It's really delicious. Alright, just gonna have another one. Yeah, really, really good. Alright, I'm just gonna finish off here and we'll give you our final thoughts outside. See you guys there.
We're out.
Yep.
Yeah, I really enjoy the experience there. The food is great. The service is very good as well.
Yep.
And the vibe is awesome. I'll definitely return.
It's a total vibe, honestly. It's somewhere that you would want to go yourself and you would also want to bring people there because it's just really, really good. Staff is actually really, really friendly. Food is really, really good. And honestly, if you like a Japanese kind of inspired vibe, a Japanese vibe, yeah, you'll really, really enjoy. Like, coffee's really good too. I didn't really review it, but really good coffee, really good tea, just really good time, really. And it wasn't very expensive as well. So definitely would be back. Alright guys, that's it for this week's video. We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.